I get hyped now when this shit works. This shit works. What's up, everybody? We're live right now. How's it going?
Oh, baby, it's working.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I have my fingers crossed the whole time. The last couple of times we did this, it didn't work right away. So we're good. We're in
Ah,
business.
there it goes. I got it now.
Yeah,
Welcome.
there we go. Hope everyone's getting their notifications and whatnot.
Yeah,
This shit
I just got
works.
mine. Oh,
This shit works.
you turn yourself.
There's us.
Awesome. Welcome, everyone, to episode number 72, Jump Street Podcast. We had an incredible episode yesterday and off the cuff with John Bellino talking about his comeback, his VOD. It was good. Did you like that one?
I love that one. I was about to say I like John as a guest. I'm still getting used to calling him just John and not John. But
Yeah.
yeah, the last episode we had with him too, that was like flawless. Like it was just like catching up with an old friend, which is pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
And he's a great guy. So I think people love him too. They like seeing him. So we'll get him on again also later on.
He'll be one of
And
those multiple time guests.
yeah, he's a good one.
Those regulars. Yeah.
He's a good one, and he's
a
down
goodie.
with it too. He's hyped.
But
He's
today
happy.
we have an incredible guest.
Yeah, I'm hyped for today too.
Wow, man. Heavy hitters left and right.
That's how we do. This is Jump Street right here.
Todd McInerney. That's how you say his name.
McInerney.
I've been reading it forever, and I was like McKinney, but McInerney. That's right.
Mac and Ernie. The MC always throws me off on a name. It's Mac. Sometimes it's Mick.
Yeah, we were talking about it. We were like, "Oh, what is that? Scottish is Irish?" He was like, "It's Irish." You know, he's actually related to Conor McGregor. They have the same uncle. So we went through that in the chat. It was pretty cool to hear that. So maybe we can get into some of that on the chat and hear about a little bit of Todd's fighting history. You know,
Is
training.
he actually a fighter?
No, he's not. I'm just making all that up. But it's cool, right?
I guess I'm sure he plays hockey. They're pretty much fighters.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think everyone in Canada is a fighter deep down. I
They're gonna say everyone in Canada is a hocky player, which I was about to be like, duh.
And whiskey drinkers. Yeah.
All right, cool. You want to hit him with the spiel?
Yeah, of course. Everyone who's joining us today, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. If you would like, we appreciate you to go to our Instagram, give us a follow, our Facebook, give us a like, go to our YouTube page, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the video, leave comments. If you're watching us live, please hit the like button right now. And, these interactions really help. We also have an iTunes, give us a 5-star rating, give us a review. Leave the comments. All that stuff really helps boost our stuff up to the top. Something to do with algorithms. We're still learning all this stuff, but it helps. And if you feel inclined, we also have a Patreon. We are actually Austin and I were talking today about doing special behind the scenes stuff and on the new Patreon, like special for only the Patreon guests. So those who are on the Patreon, we're going to start having very special things strictly for you guys.
Yeah, I got a bunch of ideas too. I'm excited about that. As soon as I'm done my busiest weekend, I can't wait to film some stuff next week for it.
Yeah, so it's going to be we're going to start having fun with it. So
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And if you want to be a patron, you could come on for $1. You can come on for $10, whatever you want. But we appreciate that, and it keeps us going.
Now my turn. Hit bomb.
Hit bomb.
Hit bomb. Here we go, everybody. Now it's time for my spiel. Everyone check out hitbomb.com. I have it right here, but I guess you can't see it because I have the Hit Bomb on the screen right now. But check out hitbomb.com. 100% plant-based CBD topicals, creams, bombs, oil drops, everything to help you feeling good in your everyday life. Check out hitbomb.com. There's free samples on the website too if you just want to try it out. But you get 15% off your entire order with code JumpStreet at checkout. So it helps us out, gets you a nice little discount. And yeah, it's a good stuff. I take the drops all the time. I know, Billy, you and your girl are into the drops as well.
Yeah, I'm into the bomb. She's into the drops, and the drops I also like, but she loves the drops.
I'm into the bomb too, but luckily, fingers crossed, I haven't needed to use it lately. So I'm gonna keep it that way, that hopefully I don't need to use it as much. But in the couple of cases where I did need to use it, it was fire. That shit works wonders. Has you moving in no time.
I think I'm a lifer, man. I don't know if there's any.
Yeah, I am too.
I think it's just.
I just want like a whole.
It's just
case.
life from now on.
Yeah, I want a whole case of this shit.
It's my new normal,
But everyone check it out.
Need the Hit Bomb.
Yeah, hitbomb.com, code JumpStreet, 15% off your entire order. Before we get going, I just want to mention a couple quick events happening this weekend. The What Year Is It at Ramping Camp is happening. Let me pull that up on the screen here. What year is it at Ramping Camp? you have to register online. So if you haven't done so yet, you should definitely do it because it's coming up tomorrow in West Lafayette, Indiana, September 25th to the 27th. There's going to be ramps, rails, games, a dance party, bonfires, family-friendly activities, wellness sessions, all that yoga and all that crap. Much more. Limited spots available due to like all the COVID restrictions and stuff. So you have to register online. Go to rampantcamp.com and you will get 20% off your admission with, I have the code in the description of the video also, but it's WYII Jump RAC. So pretty much what year is it? Jump Rampant Camp. Yeah, register online. And if you're in the area, go check it out. Have a good time. And also this weekend we have, hold on,
I've been dying to get to that ramp forever.
Yeah, I know. That's like prime training grounds right there. I'm lost on my Zoom thing right now. I don't know where anything is. Okay, but I might leave that up for now while we talk about the next event that's also happening this weekend in Denver. If you're in the Denver, Colorado area, anywhere on the West Coast, you want to take a road trip out there, maybe from California, Nevada, Utah, all those places, check out the Denver Mile High Battle, the 20th annual. That's fucking crazy. 20th.
I can't believe that.
That is
those things
crazy.
Go off every year.
I know. Think about 20 years ago, like, and that's when it should started, 2000. But yeah, check it out. It's going to be a good time. And like I said yesterday on the show, anybody who is attending any of these events, please be respectful. Bring a mask. You know, we don't want any like bad news happening with like skate events and big gatherings in the news or anything like that. So go to these events if you can. Please be safe. Be respectful of everybody else, and everybody have a good time. That's the Denver Mile High Battle on the 26th. And what year is it at Rampant Camp? September 25th through the 27th.
You also mentioned that you could save money on the Rampant Camp if you.
Yeah, the code. It's in the description. 20% off.
So check the code in the description. You get 20% off if you use the code in the description.
WYII Jump RAC. I am legit having a hard time now trying to find the. Like Zoom is doing some crazy.
Are we stuck?
Okay, here we go.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Hey, here we go.
We
back. Are good to go. I think.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
One more thing I wanted to mention real quick. Let me pull this up on the screen. We have the homie Mark Sweetland. He's a Canadian guy actually, and he lives in Thailand right now. He sent us this crazy artwork. Does that show on the screen right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, this crazy, awesome artwork that he put together.
Cool. It's insane. It's insanely good.
It's so good. Like it might be hard to tell on the screen, but like if you zoom in the detail on it, he killed it. He's super insanely talented. He also did one with one of our guests today, actually, with Todd and the mushroom blading guys. I guess they probably know each other because they're Canadian. But yeah, he wants to maybe possibly like auction the or at least the Jump Street one off, or somehow raise funds with it and maybe put it towards an event or a charity of some sort. So we're going to get talking about it. Maybe if anybody has any ideas on anything like that, throw them in the comments below. But yeah, it would be awesome to be able to do something positive with some money that we could raise with these. So shout out to Mark Sweetland. Thanks again.
Mark Sweetland. Wow, that's incredible. I saw that today. I was like,
yeah, I texted you quick. Good. I'm like, yo, check this out.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, should we jump into it?
Yes, we should. Do you mind introducing the guest? I realized that there's something wrong with the sound on my phone. I'm just gonna fix it.
On your phone. Okay. Yeah. So everybody, welcome our guest from the north, Todd McInerney. Let's get him in here. Oh no, where'd he go?
He's gone.
He's gone. He left. Todd.
No, I feel like that's.
Is he playing a joke on us?
That wasn't the room he was in before.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
That would have been really funny if it wasn't the room that he was in before. Oh, there we go.
Oh, here we go.
Stupid. I thought the cat was gonna pop up.
There we go. Perfect.
I thought your cat was gonna pop up instead of you.
What up, players?
What's up, man? Welcome.
I'm confused because I was on YouTube. I hopped on YouTube and it hadn't started. I was gonna watch you guys do like the intro and everything.
Oh, is it lagging? Maybe it might be lagging. On my end, it's going.
No, sometimes
Ah.
like I think the thing that
I think it takes a while to cross the
that
border.
gives you the wait, like that gives like the 30-minute wait, like it ends up being a different window sometimes. So I don't know.
Ah, all right. Well, I was peeing and then I heard like, Todd, where are you?
Put that thing away.
No way.
Yeah.
Well,
How's it going, guys? Thank you for having me. This is great. I'm
This is
a huge
awesome.
fan of the show, so being on the show is like
Likewise,
awesome. I'm
likewise,
stoked.
man. I've been a mushroom blading fan. I would say almost since day one, but I've been following the YouTube channel and all the things. I got the shirt too. I had to buy a
Yes.
shirt. So
Yes.
represent. I got my wizard
Represent.
skate in the back too
I see that.
over here.
That's dope.
So
Yeah, you giving those a whirl yet?
yeah,
skating
I keep saying I need like hands-on lessons with them because I have no idea what's going. Like I feel like you can't just. I mean, not me anyway. Someone like me, I can't just put them on and be like a G with it. You know, I need somebody really to teach me. I need to get up with Torres or something and have him show me the ways of the wizards.
Yeah, it's a lot different than skating small wheels. So going directly to the wizard frame from like a small wheel is going to be very dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky because I skated aggressive and then I kind of eased into like 80 mil and then went to the wizard, like the 90 mil and the 100 mil. So it was a slower transition for me.
What were you doing
But
with
I
the
could
big wheels
see-
before? Like just crazy, like just cruising wreck blading type of stuff or what?
I was doing a lot of cones. I got like the Seba 80 mils and I got really into cone skating. Me and Leon for like a few months, like every time we went skating, we would do cones and it was so much fun. And that was before like any of the big wheel stuff. But
What year was that?
eventually even, man, this was when I still lived in Vancouver. So it was like 7+ years ago. So
Oh shit, yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't know you didn't live in Vancouver anymore though.
no,
Where you at now?
I've lived in Kamloops now for about 7 years.
I have no idea where that is.
Kamloops is about 4 hours east of Vancouver.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so me and Joey live here. This is where we're originally from. So it's nice, like we're together again, me and Joey.
Together again.
Yeah, for a while, like I was living in Vancouver, he was living in Kamloops.
Yeah.
So we would only get to film like once in a while, and now we're reunited and we can film. We're filming like a few days a week. It's great.
Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense where you were doing videos separate for a while, I guess.
Yeah.
True.
Do you mind if we, and I hate to be like corny and cliche, but do you mind if we start at the beginning?
Yeah, let's start at the
how
beginning.
it all got started, because you were obviously like the first Blade podcast, like by a long time. You guys been doing this like 2004.
Yeah, about 14 years ago, I think I did the first podcast.
Yeah, what made you get, like, which podcast was the thing that you're like, oh, podcasts are cool, and what was the thing that made you want to name it Mushroom Blade, like the whole thing?
Well, yeah, the whole mushroom blading thing is just a huge accident. It's kind of just happened organically. It started off as just a video. We were
Sure,
I had
those, yeah.
I had
Classic.
actually, yeah, I had ACL surgery on my knee. This was after Better Than Baseball. And I was kind of like afraid that my career was over, that I wasn't going to be able to skate much anymore, or at least I wasn't going to be able to do like big gaps and
Yeah.
more traditional skating. So I was like, let's just make a video of the weirdest shit we can do. Right. And that was the first mushroom blading. And we made that video. And then like, as time went on, we just were known as the mushroom blading guys.
Mm-hmm.
And
because I remember hearing the name mushroom blading, like just from Atlanta, even back in the day, just like, oh, mushroom blading. Like, so that was something that but you guys really took it to like the next.
Right. So yeah, I think it was Andy Cruz that coined the term mushroom blading, or
that
Nick
makes
Riggle.
Sense.
Yeah, one of those two.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we were thinking about titles for the video, we thought, hey, mushroom blading will be something that people will get. It's like the term for weird skating, right?
Yeah.
So it made sense to call the first video mushroom blading. And then after that, we started a podcast, which actually we titled it "How to Be Unpopular," was the name of the podcast.
I love that name. Yeah.
but then
I
people
like that
still
name.
called it like the mushroom blading podcast. It was like the name mushroom blading was just glued to us, right?
Yeah.
And then we eventually started an online store. We made shirts. Yeah, and things just kind of, it was just like, okay, this is kind of a brand, right? And then eventually, like, I created the logo, and it's been a good vehicle for us. Like, I really like I couldn't have planned it better, you know. I'm happy that it happened, and I'm happy to have mushroom blading as like a vehicle and a thing that we represent. And I think it represents good things in rollerblading. I'm proud of it, you know. Like Arlo was on, and he was saying like mushroom blading has come to represent like having fun with skating and being creative. And that's beautiful. I love that that it's happened like that. You know.
I wanted to
very grateful.
You just kind of like jumped into it. I don't want to like skip ahead too much, but the fact that you just mentioned having fun skating, and it seems that all your videos are about like you and Joey don't take anything too seriously. Like, how important is that to you guys? And I guess it's not just your skating videos, like everything you guys do though.
Right. The funny thing is that we take skating very seriously.
Yeah,
ironically.
I was about to
Like
say, I'm not sure if that's true. I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't agree
like
with.
we push really hard, and we skate a lot, and we film a lot. And when like we'll go and we'll film for like a half hour. Like today I went out with Joey on my lunch break. We had about half hour to skate and film. And we filmed like, I don't know, 6 or 7 things each in the span of a half hour. And that's how we do it. Like, it's very serious. So like we do have fun. Obviously we enjoy skating, but like there's just something in us that we just want to produce. We want to like do shit, and we want to like make it as good as we can. We do it. I think we do it in a way that's like enjoyable for us. Like, I hear a lot of other people talk about the filming process, and they talk about how they like try the same thing over and over and over. And that's really rare for us that we would do that. We just like, okay, have an idea, do it like, okay, or maybe it'll be awesome, but just do it, get it. And then we'll move on and we'll do something else, and we'll keep the session fresh. So it's not like this stale thing where you're just sitting there filming a guy try a trick for like 2 hours straight. Usually it's just like back and forth. It's like, film me do this, get a good one. And if there's no good reason to film it again, it's like, all right, on to the next thing. And it keeps it fun and fresh.
Or is that just because you're so good that you get everything first and second try?
Both. It's both.
It's both. That's part of it too.
We are actually really good, and we get most things first try.
Yeah.
But most of the things we do, like, we're not trying to do things that are like a 10 on a difficulty scale. We're trying to do things in like a 6 or 7 range, like things that we know we can do, but still challenging. Like we have to push, but rarely are we like, okay, I'm going to go for this thing that probably will take me like 50 tries. Like, that's really rare. You know,
I think that alone,
once in a while.
I think that alone shows your personality a lot. You're like, we don't want 10s. We just want like 6s and 7s. Like, I feel like you don't hear people saying that too much.
Well, I would when I go out skating, I would much rather get 8 or 9 6s or 7s, you know, like easier things than like 1 10, because you just have more to choose from at the end. Like, it's all about throwing paint at the wall, and then some stuff will stick. And there's a lot of basic, like, not very good stuff. But if you come out, like, for MB7, we probably had like 2,000 clips to choose from, you know? And it's like,
that's so
okay,
sick.
We got a lot of like basic stuff, whatever, but this stuff, like, oftentimes it's not even for us. It's not even the trick. It's like the way it's filmed. It's like what you're wearing. It's, oh, there was a person in the background. There's more to it than just like a hard trick. It's like the whole clip works really well in a certain section. It fits a mood. So
this is a well thought out, almost choreographed kind of thing going on.
It's an obsession, man. It's like, I love this shit. I love doing it. I'm constantly thinking about it. Like, for me, to go back to Billy's original question, you kind of asked how this all got started.
Mm.
I was like really into traditional sports like baseball, but I really liked the highlight reels. Like I would be like, I wouldn't watch games. I would want to see like the TSN highlights of the night, or, you know, like the crazy catch, like the home run catching, the catch where
The
they stop the
hammers.
home run.
The baseball
Yeah, the
hammers.
hammers.
Yeah,
exactly. And my family just happened to move to this town, Kamloops, and they happened to move down the street from this guy named Joey McGarry. Okay.
Okay.
Who happened to be in my grade 4 class. And I kind of was kind of friends
I
with
didn't know
him.
you guys
You
knew each other
know,
that long. That's crazy.
I would see him, and anyway, he was really cool. He kind of like knew about music and stuff. I didn't really know anything about music. He introduced me to like Rage Against the Machine for the first time, and like Nirvana, and I didn't know like anything about that stuff, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
And then eventually
Those
he
are the-
started. He was a hockey player, but then he would go
Typical
rollerblading.
Mhm.
He would him and our other friend Colin, they'd go out on their skates, and I just tag along. I was on my bike, and then it looked like fun what they were doing, so I was like, Mom, get me some skates. And I got skates. And the only reason I'm a rollerblader is because I happened to move down the street from Joey McGarry. But we were also making videos. We were making like home videos. Like Joey's been editing since like with like 2 VCRs, right? So even before skate videos, we were making like home movies in his house. We were like,
not even just
young.
skating, just fucking around and shit.
Not even skating. I remember this weird skit where like there was a doll and we stuffed like tennis balls in her chest, and then I did this thing where I like felt up the doll, and then I like pulled out the ball, and I was like, you know, like silly things like that.
Is that stuff online? You got to post that stuff.
We should, yeah. Joey has everything. He has like all the tapes.
That's the mushroom blading lost tapes right there.
Yeah, he's the master historian. Like he has never taped over a tape. He just has boxes and boxes of all the skate footage of us, like forever, right? For
That's
25 plus years. It's insane. But that was even before rollerblading. We were making videos, and then we started skating. And so like we've always filmed it. Even we were terrible. We sucked so bad, but we would still film a whole bunch and like put it together to music and stuff. And so I'm just like lucky that I just found this guy that's like really into making videos, and I feel like he's like the Quentin Tarantino of skate videos. Like he was just born to, he's passionate about making skate videos. Like he could make movies and stuff, but he feels so strongly about skate videos.
It's his passion. His passion is the skate videos.
And I'm his boy. It's great.
Yeah. So you're just like in there.
I'm in there, and like I like rollerblading.
So
and I like
how did
videos? It's all, I love it. Go on, Billy.
How did that lead to like a podcast?
I don't know. Did we lose Billy?
He froze up a little bit.
Like, because you guys got to jump on the so early.
Sorry,
like,
you
during that
freezed up a
time, I
little bit,
wasn't
Billy.
listening to
Yeah, Billy.
podcasts.
Repeat that again. You kind of froze up right there.
Am I back on?
Yeah, you're back on.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, like, I'm just curious how you got into podcasts back then, because even I might have gotten into podcasts.
Oh no, we're losing him.
Billy keeps freezing.
Right? Okay, it's not just me. we lost you again.
Freezy O'Neill.
No, my connection's unstable. Am I good now?
Not really.
Okay.
Well, I guess you kind of wanted to ask how he got into podcasting. I see you have yellow bars instead of like a green bar by your thing. It looks like your signal's low. I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to try to move this a little bit.
Maybe get close to the router, but you were kind of asking how he got into podcasting back then.
Yeah.
No, just because back in that time, I hope you guys can hear me now, but back in that time, there were not many people doing podcasts. I just got into podcasts like 3 years ago. And so like to have the jump on it, like what was the podcast that you were like, oh, podcasts are the thing and we should do on? Like, I'm just curious the motivation, because it was like so long ago before anything.
Yeah. The very first.
Did I get through on that?
Yeah,
you did. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
You did good.
He did good.
The first podcast I did was just me, just solo talking. And I just sent it to Joey and I was like, hey, check this out. It's a podcast. I felt it was almost a selfish thing. I just felt like I wasn't like talking enough to people. And I wanted to like exercise that part of my expression. And so I was like, yeah, I'll do a podcast. And I had a lot of different friends living in Vancouver. So I had access to a lot of different guests. And it was just kind of an excuse to like have an in-depth conversation with my friends and get drunk. Like I was really into drinking back then. And I would drink a lot and just talk to my friends. Lots of
Would you
beer.
drink whiskey? Okay.
I don't think
I'm
I
just
ever
thinking
really
Canadian,
drank whiskey.
You know.
A lot of beer, you know, really whatever I could get. But
Yeah.
it was kind of bad. Like a lot of those early podcasts, like I was really drunk.
I got to go back and listen to some of those then. I might not have.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. But what was like your
fun.
motivation to make those podcasts? Like what other podcasts were out then that like motivated you to do that?
There was Rolling Revival before.
Oh yeah, Rolling
started.
and Tim Parker's in the chat too. Shout out Tim Parker,
Nice.
Rolling Revival. Forgot about that.
Shout out. There we go. And also, of course, I was really into Joe Rogan podcast and Duncan Trussell and Joey Diaz.
Oh yeah, Duncan Trussell.
Squad,
Yeah,
for sure. So I was turning into a fan of podcasts. I would listen to a lot of stuff, and I was like, man, this would be awesome for rollerblading. We could talk about skating. You know, not many people were doing that, and yeah, I got really hooked on it for a while. It was really fun. I was like calling up all my friends, like, let's do it, come on. And I got like Chris Haffey came on my podcast. I talked to Chris Haffey and I talked to Julian Baugh. I talked to Chris Edwards. Dude.
That's so sick.
I know. And I talked to Angie Walton. It's funny. I was listening to you guys talk to Angie and I was like, this is like deja vu.
Yeah.
It's
you
crazy.
Guys did that one like 8 years ago.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Insane.
So a lot of like, I got to talk to a lot of cool people in skating. So that was so much fun. It was very exciting. And I got a lot of positive feedback. People really enjoyed it. And then I guess I had kids and I stopped drinking. And I think that those two things, like it does take a lot of energy to do podcasts, right? Mm-hmm. So I kind of stopped doing them so much. I'm starting to do them again. They're a lot of fun, but it takes a lot of energy to consistently do a podcast. And I love what you guys are doing. I think you guys are doing a much better job than I ever did. So it's more fun for me to just sit back and listen.
It's fun on both sides of it. It's good to have like the content to listen and like kind of sit back and relax. But you're right, it is also fun to make them and create it. And you're right, it is tiring and exhausting. You need like a lot of fuel in the fire to keep going with it. But it's like every time we do an episode, like even if sometimes for me personally, if I'm a little tired or something like that, we get talking and like I just have so much fun doing it and like enjoy the conversation that I'm glad I fucking did it, you know?
Yeah, it is fun. And just talking to different people in rollerblading, like there's so many interesting people and there's so many interesting stories and it definitely gets people fired up to skate. And like it's an amazing source of inspiration.
Yeah, that's true. It's like different than traditional videos. Yeah.
I'm actually curious how you feel about something with a podcast. How do you feel about having like controversial guests? You know? Like there was a minute there where we were like, oh man, Bo's hated so bad. We should get him on the show. That would be sick. And then people were like, don't give that guy a platform. And I was like, come on, controversy is kind of cool. Like, so I don't know. What do you think about that?
I just like hearing people's point of view, whether it's controversial or not. I think it's cool to just let people express themselves. Like I would have no problem with Bo coming on the show. Oh, I actually had Bo on my show, like back in his A. But yeah, definitely.
Before the drama?
Yeah.
Like
before Butt Hurtington, before he was known as Butt Hurtington.
That was a different person though, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a little calmer back then, but I hope Bo all the best. I think like, I think when people are hating or they're trolling, it really just reflects that they're probably not doing too well. So all the
Yeah.
best to Bo, and all the best to all the haters and the trolls. Like, we're with you, man. We love you too. Like, it's
Yeah.
and it's a funny, interesting point of view. Like, I've been in skating so long and I've gotten so much hate from skating. I'm immune. I feel like I'm immune to it. It's just like how it is. It's like there's haters and there's lovers, and it's all, you know.
Have you dealt with a lot of hate? I'm not familiar with the
Oh
hate.
yeah.
I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
in the I feel like in the beginning 2000s you started, it was like the complete
Yeah.
opposite of mushroom bleeding. You know, everyone was into big hammers and shit, and you guys were fucking skating cones. It's like the complete opposite.
Oh yeah.
I was dealing with all that.
A lot of hate back then. But like I said, like in all of our videos, we kind of got hate. So I was just kind of immune to it. But it's interesting now, it feels like there's a lot less hate. Like it feels like when we first made that mushroom blading, it was almost like a war against what was going on currently. It was like so out there and weird. And it feels like now, like mushroom blading is almost like the standard normal style of skating. Like most people skate smaller objects, they skate creatively. And then there's a few people that are dropping hammers, you know, still, like Billy and Jumbolino, and, you know, they're holding it down on that level. But a lot of people are just enjoying themselves, like not trying to get wrecked, and, you know. So it's interesting that has changed.
No, it's cool to see that how far that's come, because I remember when you guys were first taking that mushroom blading to another level. Like you said, like, you know, you throw a bunch of paint on the wall, see what sticks, you know what I mean? And some things are like, whoa, like it's a little far out there, especially like during that time. It was such a traditional like era, and it was like so far out there. I'd imagine, like, did you like, you skated like you didn't like give a shit at all? Like, was there like any like reservations about like trying to put this kind of stuff out there at that time?
It was about not having any reservations. It was about being like just totally free. If you have an idea, just do it, even if it's primitive and even if it's not that great. It was just kind of about it was about being experimental, and we had nothing to lose. I mean, and we were having fun. So it was like, it was all good for us, you know. It wasn't there was just nothing to lose. It was, and it still feels like that. Like, it just feels like if you have an idea, go for it. Now I feel like we're a little bit more critical of what we do. We because it's not really about being weird anymore. It's about making good quality stuff. And so it's like, we don't just do weird stuff to do weird stuff. We try to refine it a little bit and turn it into something more polished.
Do you feel like you, because I'm, you know, I feel that you have a part of responsibility, but do you feel like that you were one of the forebearers to like the current mainstream trend of rollerblading right now in terms of like that mushroom style?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
love that.
Pioneer right here.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Cool. You know, with like all the mushroom blading videos, big wheel stuff. You know, obviously
you were like the pioneers, the absolute pioneers of that stuff, especially like with the wizard blading and like that different style, you know. It was like what is it, core blading before that? Just core, right?
Yeah. And people have taken it to like whole new levels, which like there's people that are way better at creative skating than we are, which is amazing. I love watching it. It's dope. And yeah, people like Colin Martin and people like Bobby Spazov. Did I say that name right? Bobby.
I believe so.
It's interesting because Bobby, he's a very interesting skater. He's creative. Yeah, like everyone is creative. Patrick Ritter. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, like even like Broskow is really creative. He does unusual, different things that like back 14 years ago nobody would do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everyone wants to do something unique, and I think that's great. Rollerblading offers so much opportunity to like move your body in a creative way. Like, why not? Let's push that. You know, they're attached to our feet. We can move it. We're the most free of all the sports, right? So let's embrace that. Let's go buck wild with it.
Mhm.
And people are doing it. It's so exciting. I love it.
Yeah, because prior to that, like, we were saying, like, it was just like this linear direction of the
Yeah.
growth or what it was, and it was starting to get to the point where I think it had topped out even before that, like biggest gaps, biggest drop rails,
Mhm.
like what's next, So that
Yeah.
sideways growth started happening, or outward
Totally.
exponential, different, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because you can
abstract
only push
growth.
the amplitude, I mean, so far before
Yeah,
there's going to be casualties, or,
Yeah.
there's a limit to
yeah,
that, but there's really no limit to the creative element. And then when you combine the creative element with the amplitude element, like you're
Mhm.
onto some really hot shit.
That's what
yeah,
I like. You were mentioning that before too, with people like Bobby and Alex. This like people who are quote unquote traditional aggressive skaters, but taking just as much of that like mushroom blading stuff or big wheel blading as they want, just like this, like sprinkle it in with their aggressive skating, and it gives them their own style, and it's like a whole different genre of skating in itself.
Yeah, man. That shit is so exciting.
Mm-hmm. So like I seen you in obviously in like I'm gonna refer to Mushroom Blading 7 because that's the most recent one that came out. I was actually surprised to see you skating with like anti-rocker, like a setup, or even I don't were they anti-rocker or like freestyle?
I was skating anti-rocker for the beginning of this whole season, like through the spring and summer, just kind of as a experiment.
Just to like kind of feel it out again, like how it used to be, because someone who's such like a big wheel or wizard blader like you are, to go back to anti-rockers, I think almost the complete opposite.
Yeah, well, I look at rollerblading almost like golf. Like, like when people go golfing and they have like a bag of clubs, and they have a putter and they have a driver and they have chippers, and there's a different tool for every job, right?
yep.
I think there's
I like
different
that.
skate setups for different jobs, and they all have value. There's certain moves that are optimized in different setups. So I like to explore all the different setups and see like what it's gonna bring out in me. Like anti-rocker definitely has value. It's like really light. It's really, it feels like you're on train tracks, so it's really stable. It's really obviously really good for grinds, like you don't stick as much. It was a really interesting experiment. Unfortunately, like I think it really hurt my knee. Like
The
my knees
anti-rock.
aren't that great. Like I'm 38 years old. Like I've been skating for so long. Like I feel it in my knees, and I feel like anti-rocker.
Yeah,
And especially me, I'm like so used to rockered setups and big wheels. I think I naturally kind of like swivel my legs in a way that like in anti-rocker, it was like, it wasn't allowing me to do that. And I was like
More
twisting my
force.
knees
Yeah.
constantly. So I developed some like pretty bad knee pain that pretty much went away when I went back to flat. So it was a good experiment, and some good things came out of it, like skating wise, but I don't think I'm going to do it again, just because I think it damaged my knee a little bit. So I'm going to stick to the flat from now on, I think.
You ever try cones with anti-rocker?
No.
Never even tried it.
See, that would be like driving with a putter.
Yeah, but that it could heighten your skills though in a different way.
Yes. That would kill. Yeah, that would kill your knees. Like in slalom skating, they have super rockered setups because it's all about the swivel, right? So anti-rocker is like the complete opposite. It would be, it's like grinding in big wheels. I'm not really into grinding in big wheels. Like you see some people, they can do backslides and
Joey
stuff.
does, right?
Actually, like I do soul tricks, that's okay.
I feel like, was it you or Joey who does like front sides and shit in like wizard skates or something?
Joey hits front sides.
Yeah, that's
crazy to me.
Yeah,
that's crazy to me. And I've seen Warbeski do like backslides in big wheels and things like that.
He's done backslides on those.
That's crazy. I
crazy.
have no
Richie
interest in doing that. Yeah, Richie.
Hey, Richie.
Yeah.
You got no interest in that?
No.
I don't get how that works either.
No. To me, it's just the wrong tool for the job. So
yeah,
I don't know. I wouldn't.
You got a lot of Canadian support on these on this style of skating. Richie came through skating the wizard frames. Dustin, you got Danny Beer. There was always like Ledoux. He was Ledoux. He was always like there, like with this style. Like, what is it you think about the Canadian skaters that like really adopted this super creative style, because I remember like even from the early days, a lot of these, it just seemed to be like a weird group of dudes, but it was like really sick.
Yeah, I think the harsh winters probably have something to do with that. Like when the whole city is covered in snow and you're forced to go to this really weird spot and make the most of it, you're gonna build your creative muscles, right? You're gonna make something out of nothing. Yeah. And I think a lot of people were products of our environment, right? Like the pavement up here is really rough, and we don't have a lot of traditional spots. I mean, we now have skate parks. We have a lot of skate parks, but back in the day, we didn't have that many parks. So I think it was just skating kind of crummy spots and just making the best of it. And then obviously hockey, like a lot of people growing up playing hockey helps people. Like Danny Beer, he played a lot of hockey, and a lot of the good rollerbladers, Richie Eisler, came from hockey. So they're just naturally really gifted skaters. And
that helps a lot, the hockey.
There's an interesting thing with Canadian personalities. Like you look at people like Jim Carrey and, Gav McInnes. There's there's a weird Canadian thing that like, I don't know. It's like, there's interesting personalities up here, and I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think actually Jordan Peterson said something about it. He said something like when you have
Canadian,
like negative 20-degree winters and for 6 months, then you end up having to develop a sense of humor and a certain
an imagination.
Imagination,
yeah. You have to get creative with like how you're gonna have fun. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting dudes up here. I feel very lucky to know like a lot of the people that I know. Like the friends that I have up here are like the best people in the world. Like I feel so lucky just to be friends with them. Like Leon, Danny, Sean Unwin, Richie, Joey. Come on, guys. Like
it's a good group.
I'm buddies with like this all-star lineup. Like you guys know Dallas Kurtz. Like just gem human beings. Like I don't know. It's awesome, and it's all because of rollerblading.
It sounded like you were naming like mobsters at first. You're like Danny, Joey, Richie, Tony.
That's how I feel. It's like this all-star cast.
The family.
I don't know. It's amazing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's awesome.
There's something in the water up there. You guys got a special breed of people.
Yeah, I love it.
Sorry.
No. I wanted to ask you about.
It's hard to gauge when you have the Zoom.
Yeah, I know it is hard to gauge. I wanted to ask you about the big block frames too. So I know you guys are big gearheads, and you came up with a product. I know that it was like, I'm sure you spoke about this on your channel as well. But was it like a K2 frame before, or something like that? Like, what was the theory behind like adding another frame to the industry?
Well, we got involved with an engineer that was working with K2, and she wanted to work with us just to like create products, which was really cool. She would just send us stuff like skates and frames, and we would just provide our feedback. We would say, this needs to change, this needs to change. And it was a really fun, cool relationship. It's unfortunate that she worked for K2, but it was like she was hooking it up. It was great. And along the line, she sent us like the first prototype of this, what became known as the big block frame. And Joey and I both skated it, and we loved it. Like it was really dope. I feel like, was it even before the Wish frame? It was really unique, and obviously a huge grind space, and you could skate flat. And K2 has a really cool thing with the axles. You can customize like the height of the axles. Mm-hmm. So you could put in you could customize your rocker, mm-hmm. which was really cool. So we kind of fell in love with this frame, and then we worked with this engineer to improve it. We went back and forth, and it was an amazing relationship. We went through like 5 or 6 revisions, kind of adding plastic here and adding plastic here. It was a fun experience to be able to really put our minds into a product. And then at the end of it, they just sent us like 50 frames.
You didn't even plan on that happening?
With our, well, we had talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, it was going to be like, we would have Mushroom Blading logo on one side and then K2 logo on the other. And at the last minute, K2 was like, yeah, we don't want to put our logo on it. And we were like, sweet, we'll put Mushroom Blading on both sides then, you know?
Better, yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we got all these frames and then we sold all of them in 4 hours.
Yeah, I saw that was quick. Yeah, I saw you posted it. And I think when I saw it, like literally the next post was like, we have 2 frames left or something like that.
It was
That's
crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah,
That's
it was so cool. Yeah. But it was a pretty cool frame. It had some drawbacks. It was because of UFS, it had to be a little bit higher to have the wheels on it. And we didn't want to do like a Wish style frame where it was a high-low. We wanted all the wheels to be the same size, because that's a problem with, I love Wish. I'm actually skating Wish frames right now. Amazing product. And at the time it was hard to find wheels that had the same profile.
Yeah, that's what I feel too.
Yeah, and you have to have the same profile, otherwise they don't feel very good.
Yeah.
So that was one of the benefits with this frame. You could have all the same wheel, but still have a rockered setup. The other thing is it's a long frame. So I feel like you have to skate it rockered. Otherwise it's going to feel like skeet.
Yeah, you can't turn.
It's not going to feel good.
Mm-hmm.
So with the axle options, it was great for, like, you could customize your rocker. So it was an interesting product.
Do you plan on improving on it or anything, or making a second version of it, or what?
We've asked, but I think, with K2, I think we kind of burned our bridges with K2, and plus K2 kind of burned their bridges with rollerblading. Mm-hmm. So it sucks that we worked with K2.
I was going to ask, like, how that made you feel originally, just working with K2 in the first place.
Originally, I was okay with it. I felt like they have great technology. They have great skate technology. Obviously, they had the Fatty, and I thought it was really cool that they were working with us and really trying to, like, improve their products. And they did a lot of cool things for us. But then I think they canceled their inline department.
Mm-hmm. I always have, like, I'm wondering what's going on with K2, because, like, they'll make a skate once every, like, 10 years or something like that. I'm like, what are you doing? Right. You in, you out? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, exactly. They're a corporation. They're about numbers, and there's people within the organization or there have been people in the organization that care about rollerblading, but there's higher ups that make the big decisions, and if the higher up is a dick and he thinks rollerblading is not cool, then that's how it's going to be. So, like, when people say K2, it's not even like I don't know, it's just a big soulless corporation. They need the numbers, right? So they're doing what they think is cool for the numbers, but it's really fucking cool that as soon as they left, rollerblading has really increased in its sales. Mm-hmm. So the timing of that was kind of good.
Really, someone probably got fired for that.
Yeah. You did. Yeah, you dropped rollerblading?
Yeah,
everyone's rollerblading. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I hope that happened. I hope the motherfucker that chose to kill rollerblading, I hope he got chewed out. Ha.
Yeah. That'd be sick. We can imagine that in our heads like a movie. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But that's like what happened with every corporation too, I guess. With same thing with Solomon and anybody else who left during, like, the wrong times or when skating was down.
Yeah, and companies will come back and they'll probably do really well because they have big budgets and everything. But it's awesome right now that there's a lot of people involved that are older and smarter. People like Julio, people that they have decades of experience in skating, and we know that they care about skating. Like, rollerblading is in a very exciting place right now.
This is actually a good segue to talk. This is actually a good segue. You brought up John Julio, and I was meaning to talk to you about Danny Beer and this game-changing skate that he has. That's what I think is going to force, like, the other companies to have to step up their royalty game and make everyone. Definitely. Because like, for years, in my opinion, people have been talking about what can we do? How can we got to get blading on TV? We got to do this to make it popular again. We got to get it back in the X Games. Like, what can we do? But it's like, I think, my opinion, you put someone who, everyone looks up to in skating, or is like, wow, this guy's really great. And then you give him a fat old check and people are like, wait, what? That's possible? Let's go. Like, so what do you think about that? Especially it being, a fellow Canadian and a dear friend.
Yeah, I couldn't be more happy for Danny. Like, yeah, I love that that's happening for him. And I think it's amazing that Julio is setting that precedent. It's very exciting. People deserve that. Like when you get your name put on a skate, and the skate gets a lot of heat and more sales because of that name, people deserve to get paid. So it's exciting that people are getting fat old checks. It's just the beginning too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like
this is
just the beginning. Like this is, in 10 years, this will be nothing, what Danny's getting.
Yeah, I hope so.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that mentality. What makes you, are you confident in that? Did you feel that 10 years ago, or is this like a new feeling?
I've always known, but I think like a lot of people, it's funny because if you go back 15 years ago, everyone was saying like, just wait 5 years, skating's gonna blow. Just wait till this edit comes out, skating's gonna blow.
Yeah.
And then like it didn't. And I feel like all those voices kind of went silent, and they're like, yeah, maybe it won't. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the people that care about it and just want to do it, they stuck around because it's fun and like you love it. And I think we were all in a place like we stopped caring if it grew, because skating has always been awesome. It's always been the shit, whether or not it gets adopted by a mass audience. So I think people just kind of like, well, whatever, rollerblading is what it is, and like it's great. And it was at that point that it started to grow, which I think is perfect. But I am confident that it's gonna. This is just the beginning of the growth.
Do you think like this royalty program is going to be like a big a reason for that, or do you think it's something else? Like, or just the direct, even before that, did you feel this way?
I think it's a byproduct of that. When there's more sales and there's more money, more of it is gonna go into the hands of the skaters, especially when people like John Julio are in charge. People that understand the importance of supporting talent. That's very important. So it's good that as the numbers are growing, more of that money is trickling down into the pockets of skaters. Mm-hmm. But I do think that rollerbladers need to, like, if you do want to make a living from skating, you can't depend on a company to give you that living. You have to be an entrepreneur. You have to be a business person.
I've been saying that for
you have to utilize all of your opportunities. You can't just sit back and just give your edits to companies. Like, you got to build your own thing. Mm-hmm. You need, like, even Danny, I mean, this is great. He's getting a big old fat check, but if he does want to like actually make a career out of this, like, he can't just sit back. He's not going to be getting this next year and the year after. It's not like an annual thing. Mm-hmm. This is like, here you go. Here's some support. But like, I think it's awesome that Danny, he's an editor. He makes videos. He makes VODs. He does all sorts of stuff on top of working for them, so you have to be
really
your own...
handsome. He has good abs.
He's tanned. He's jacked. He's tall. What doesn't that kid have?
Yeah,
man, he has it all going on.
Danny should have like his own, like you said, like the VODs, his YouTube channel, like any pro skater out there marketing themselves, because like you said, no one else is going to do it for you. You're going to have to do it yourself. And there's so many avenues and ways to utilize it nowadays with social media and reaching out, market branding and collaborations with other companies. And there's like possibilities are kind of endless. You just have to go out there and reach for it.
Exactly. You got to put in the work. You got to, and believe in yourself and have that mentality of like choosing yourself, putting yourself out there, having something to sell, having a product, and you building up your channels, building up the social and building up the Instagram. And you got to put in a lot of work to produce free content for people. if you expect them to, purchase a VOD, you have to have years and years of like putting out dope content. Like Billy didn't come out of nowhere and put out this VOD. Like he's been putting in work for decades, so people know who he is. People were excited. He built up his own brand and then put himself in that opportunity. So yeah, people have to be like their own boss, it's great to be sponsored and to work for companies, but you got to build your own thing too.
I think it's better now the way that people have it.
I was about to say, I think that's good about this time. Yeah, this time you can do that. Sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. No, you got it. You're not relying on other people anymore necessarily. It's hard when, especially, Billy, like when you're relying on X amount of companies that have a certain amount of money every month. But like kind of what I like about the way the world is now, and especially like me specifically, what I do for work, I like that I don't get the same paycheck every week. It's always like a hustle. It's always, you're only getting back as much as you put into it. So skating is the same exact way. Everyone's pretty much, all these pros are like pretty much influencers now. And you just got to hustle as much as you want and as much as you can to make it work.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Nathan Moore in the
if you
chat said,
enjoy doing it, then it's easy to put in the work.
I'm sorry.
Alone. Yeah. I said, like, if you love doing it, it's easy to put in the work. Like it just feels natural, and it's fun. It's fun to like build something up and see it grow. You can't just always be working for other people. Like Bellino was saying, you gotta build your own castle.
One brick at a time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of the people like in Bellino's era and a little even after and even before that kind of have that feeling, because now it's that time where you could actually do something with Instagram. You could be your own boss without opportunity. Maybe those tools weren't around in the past.
Yeah.
And so I think everyone was like, damn, I did all this work. When they were done, they were like, where is stuff? So now it's, the older people can be like, hey, build your own thing, do your own thing, start your own channel, build your own brand.
Yeah. It's crazy to look back at old school videos, and it was like, to be in like suitable material, you had to like know, or like you had to know Brian Smith or whatever, the guy with the camera. You had to be friends with him and get filmed by him. And then hopefully he puts you in the video.
And he acted like a big shot because he had the camera, And he's like, please put me in. But he's like, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
I'll watch you skate. You show me some stuff and we'll see what we get.
If you're lucky, in 12 to 16 months, you might see it on a VHS.
Yeah. Times have changed. It's a beautiful time right now. It's exciting.
100%. So speaking along those lines, like what you've done so much shit. You've done like podcast, YouTube channel, like the merch, frames, all this stuff. You're just doing the same thing, kind of. You're just like exploring all these different avenues. Like what's like the goal? Like where's it heading?
It's definitely heading to good places. It's exciting to see the growth of everything. And honestly, I could not make a dime from it and I would still be doing it. Like I'm just not going to stop. Like I do so much to keep myself healthy and fit and able to continue skating. Like to me, skating is priority number one. And that's kind of why I took a step back from podcasting, is because I wanted to put all of my energy into skating. So no matter what, I'm always going to be skating, but it feels like all of my efforts skating are leading into like opportunities in other things. Right. So I enjoy it all. It's all about doing things that I enjoy and things that I feel are beneficial to people. And I feel like I'm going to be in a position to help others, and really really influence skating in a way that I feel is positive, So it's just like, it's excitement for the future. And we're going to continue to make videos. We're probably going to make videos till we're 60. Okay. And I'm saying that right now. I can't wait to be like an old man making videos.
That's not so far off, really, when you think about it. Think about, I don't know how long you've been skating for. I'm sure it's been a while, but like you're 38 now. It could have been 20 years ago when you started, and who would have thunk 20 years later you would still be doing this shit,
I know. Like when I had my ACL surgery, I honestly had thoughts like, I'm done. Like, this is it. Maybe I'll like skate around a little bit, you know? And just to think since then, like everything has happened with mushroom blading, and we've made like 20 videos, you know, like it was at that point, it was just the beginning, you know? So I feel like at this point, it's just the beginning. Like,
It sounds like you got some plans like that. You're like, it sounds like you got some secret plans. Do you want to share anything?
Just to continue what I'm doing, really, you know, like, and there's a lot of things, I know that there's a lot of opportunities that I can't see them now, things that are going to happen that right now I don't think are possible. You know, that's just the nature of life. You know, I'm just excited for life to unfold, and I'm just confident in rollerblading. Mm-hmm. Like the joy that you guys feel when you put your skates on, when you have a good session with friends, anyone can feel that joy. That joy is real. Like that joy, people want that in their life. You know what I mean? People.
That's real.
People are like suffering out there. Okay. People are depressed. People are looking for things to make their life better. And rollerblading made my life better. It made your guys' life better. Rollerblading makes me excited to fucking wake up tomorrow. I'm going to go skating tomorrow. I went skating today. I'm going to go skating tomorrow. And it's going to be like,
what
I don't
about
know.
The
it's
day?
Probably. Maybe I'll take a day off. Maybe but I mean like, and there are a lot of things out there that can do that for people. You know, skateboarding can do that for people. Mountain biking, you know,
yep,
surfing,
music,
swimming. Mm-hmm. Like there's things that people can fall in love with, and it can give their life like a purpose, and they can be motivated to wake up every day to do that thing that they enjoy doing. And rollerblading is one of those things. And rollerblading, man, there's like something really, really special about it. The feeling is, I'm biased. I've tried a lot of different things. You know, I've done some things. I've gone wakeboarding. Okay. I've been pulled by a boat. Okay.
Fair.
And you know, I don't need a boat. I don't need like a string with like a handle. I can just put the things on and skate on the street. And yeah, I mean, the passion that I have, I feel like anyone can have. It's just a matter of the world kind of changing and becoming a place where it's accessible to kids. Skates are pretty hard to get right now still in remote areas. Like, I feel like shops are really necessary. People need to be able to try a pair of skates on to, like, for a kid getting into skating, they're just going to order something online based on like what it looks like. They're not going to try it on. That doesn't make sense to me. People need to go into a shop. Go into a shop. It's like a pair of shoes. Like, I like to go into shoe stores and try on the shoes, see what feels good, run around the store a little bit, you know, in the shoe, and see what fits the best, what feels the best. And skates are so intimate, like on your foot. It's not like a skateboard that anyone can like go on a skateboard, or even a bike. Skates are an intimate thing. They need to fit right. They need to feel right. So that's really important. Skates need to be in, like, I feel they need to be in big box stores, you know, for people to properly get into it.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to commit to like a $400 or $500 purchase without like trying out. It's kind of like a gamble, you know?
Yeah. And if you don't have experience in it, like it's very unlikely that it'll really work out. But it's exciting. Like, I've been watching Streets of Lagos like on repeat since it came out. There's just something so incredibly inspiring about watching people in Nigeria rollerblade. Like, it's so pure, the way that they seem to experience it. They're kind of separate from the culture. They're kind of creating their own thing. And I don't know, you can see if those people can like feel the joy of skating in like really crummy ground and not even the best technology, anyone can feel that. Yeah. You know, and it's going to happen.
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head with that. When I watched Streets of Lagos, I was like, when I commented, actually, I was like, this reminds me of I feel like I'm watching the first hoax, but like an African version of hoax, because they were pretty much just finding themselves for the first time, kind of like they don't have much that they're working with. They have wreck blades, same thing like you said, like just cruising the streets, not even really necessarily jumping on rails, like jumping over stuff instead. And it reminded me of watching hoax for the first time, and that's what that showed to me. And it was inspirational and motivational in like a different way that we're not used to.
Exactly. Yeah. It just, it's stuff like that is really refreshing to see.
Yeah.
Just really innocent, naive take on it. Like just the natural kind of like, let's jump over a stick, hold this stick up and we're going to jump over it. Like that is just like, so it's like, it brought me back to the days that we used to go to Taco Time parking lot and just like in our tarmac CEs and just like skate around and jump stuff and scrape the edge of our skates against the curb. And it's that innocence, it's that childlike just exploration is so cool to witness.
Yeah,
he captured it really well. So shout out Dom West and
Dom West, man.
Dom always kills it. But I was trying to think, what is it about that innocence that is so inspirational? Because I mean, I got the same feeling too. I'm sure a lot of us do also. But like, I feel like that motivated me just as much as watching like someone like Fish's VOD for the first time. You know, like crazy tricks and hammers, and then see someone frontside for the first time or whatever. Like that's just as motivational to me. Like, what the hell? What is that?
It brings you, for me at least, like it brings you back to like that pure joy, like discovering the first joy before the competitiveness, before like the trying to live up to. It's just like the initial hook, the thing that made you fall in love with it, right? Would you?
Before the culture. Yeah. Before even like flipping through a magazine or watching a video, like all that stuff is great, but it almost like it influences you and it kind of tells you like, oh, this is what's cool. I need to do this, or I need to dress like this, or have these skates. I need to look like that guy. And there's joy in that, in idolizing peers, but it changes the experience of skating because you have like a picture in your head that you're like trying to achieve. And like, with Streets of Lagos, it goes back to that original, just pure joy. And that's like, oh, what can I do with this? Like it changes the way you see the world. All of a sudden, this shitty parking lot that people, you would spit and drink in or whatever, it's like a playground. It's like a magical place. It changes the way you see the world. So it's like a drug. My man, come here. Oh, come say hi.
That's incredible. I love this right now. This is
check this guy out.
Yep, sorry.
Billy will take care of that. We got a new guest on the show. What's your name?
I'm still working on my light.
Oh, we got a bunch of them. What's everyone's name here? Who is this?
This is Aubrey. This is Declan.
Aubrey and Declan, what's going on?
Okay, come on, guys.
Yeah.
He's not a man of many words, I see.
Love you guys.
Sorry.
This is Norman.
I see Norman pop in a couple of your videos, I think.
Yeah, he's new. He's a new addition.
We've
had him for a few months.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you did your dishes too, I see.
You got me thinking about the cup. I went up, I rinsed it out.
Okay, there you go.
Got to use the cup.
That. You need to represent.
Yeah, thank you, Austin, for reminding me.
Perfect. No, whatever I could do to help. I
appreciate it.
Should we maybe open up the questions soon? What are you thinking, Bill?
I was about to say after that, because you just laid it down so hard with some heavy truth that I think you articulated really well. We should open it up for guests. I would do my spiel right now, but I'm going to just remind people that if you have questions in the live chat, please put them forward. As always, all the super chats, we give half to our guests. They can do what they wish with it. And the people who have questions with the super chats, we will prioritize those. And I don't
think people understand maybe we say they super chat, we prioritize them. Obviously, like you're generous enough to super chat, so we'll answer your questions first. But the super chats, like on our end, at least they pop to the front, so they're easier for us to see and not get overlooked like other questions. So a lot of people ask why their questions get skipped or something, but I'm just letting you know that that's the reason why the super chats go to the front.
We do the best we can.
You guys are doing great.
We have a lot of super chats, by the way. We should shout out some people here real quick.
Yeah.
Let me pull this up because shit's going off right now. Todd, people love you. Did you know that people love you?
Yeah,
I love your belief, man.
Yeah.
I love your confidence in the fact that like, because I think throughout the years there's been a lot of, people like losing faith and things like that, but you seem devout. I love it.
It's just, yeah, it's a matter of time. I mean, it's funny that rollerblading was cursed for a long time by like Fruit Booter and like rollerblading is gay, all that stuff. Rollerblading had a curse put on it, and people would hear that word rollerblading and they would cringe. They'd be like, "Oh, you do that?" People still have that reaction because the curse was so strong.
Yeah.
But there's no basis in reality for that mentality. And, it took a global pandemic for a lot of people to kind of shake out of their habitual thinking and the momentum that they were running on. And a lot of people said, wait a minute, like, there's nothing wrong with rollerblading. I'm going to get some skates, that shit looks fun.
Yeah.
And that's just the beginning of that curse just getting shaken off. And like, there's no reality in it. So people are going to realize that, and younger generations are going to realize that. And really all it takes is for skates to be accessible to people. And it's going to be like it's going to be like riding a bike. It's just going to be like a normal option for people.
I feel like so many people haven't done it in so long. Yeah, so many people haven't done it in so long, kind of like riding a bike. They forgot that. They're like, oh, it actually, you know what? It is fun. I respect that now.
Yeah. And then, when they discover how incredible certain people are at it and they see what's possible, I mean, a lot of those people are going to be like, whoa, I want to try that. Right? Not everybody. A lot of people will just do it like they ride a bike. Not everyone's Matt Hoffman. Mm-hmm. People will just like be cruising down the street, but a certain small percentage of people will be like, I could do a 540 over a set of stairs. Let's do this,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So and it's like it's a percentage thing. Like it's always going to be like 90% rec skaters, and then the outliers that are like pushing it and really want to like develop their skills, and do something. But just do the math, it's going to be there's no doubt. It's exciting. It's an exciting time.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Looking forward to being like an old fan,
Yeah. What I always say is like, imagine being like a 50-year-old guy, 60-year-old guy and walking down the street and you see like a gang of kids rollerblading, like hitting a handrail. Yeah. You're like, oh shit, like how exciting would that feel? Like to sit down and watch a bunch of kids like session a rail, and you're just some old man, right? Yeah, and you're just sitting there and watching.
Like, watch out, old man.
Yeah.
Sick.
Like, well, wait a minute, that's Billy O'Neill.
That would be sick, actually.
It's gonna happen, man.
Yeah, well,
it'd be sick.
Let me give a shout out to our super chatters real quick. Obviously, Chad Hornish, obviously. First super chatter of the night. Scotty Blades, fellow Canadian. Barry Butler. We have Gian Scanella. What up, Gian? Scrolling down. D9. I don't know who that is, but he's a big supporter of blading here. Let's go. I like to hear that motivation. Oh, D9 also says, how about this? The bladers like me with careers outside skating pay the pro bladers who only want to skate. The bladers support the bladers. Guys, let's get these super chats going and pay the pros. I mean, that's part of the way. It's kind of what we were talking about. There's ways to make money out here for all these bladers.
Yeah, we got some new ideas too to help try to, yeah, that's cool.
Them goods also, thank you so much, John, Mr. Julio. D9 also, again, hashtag favor the pros, hashtag fun blading. He's really trying to get it. Thank you so much, D9, whoever you are. Carlos Burton, D9 again. Damn, D9's going in. And another one. Yo, D9 is going off right now.
Ding. Yeah, boys.
Bastion Kubrick. We have, I don't know how to say this. Javi07 says, bless up, heart. I thought Billy's Duo Part 3 and the Belinos VOD. Oh, I bought Billy's Duo Part 3 and Belinos VOD this month. Support the homies. Brink Soul Skaters. So people are supporting.
Brink.
People is going in. There's a lot of super chatters in here. Shred Major, thank you for the motivation to be creative, Todd. When approaching a new trick that is really foreign to rollerblading so far, what is the process like? He's asking you a question now.
Yeah. What is yeah. Well, usually like you do something because you imagine it, right? And usually a certain object inspires a certain thing. It's like, oh, I could do this on this object, and oftentimes it's just combining ideas together, right? So that's a really enjoyable thing, is the mental aspect of it, is like doing something that I feel like I'm doing a terrible job of answering this, but it's a very difficult question, right? It really depends on the,
like
the specific trick.
Yeah.
Like I could describe a specific trick, how I approach it, but yeah, they're all different, right? So keeping an open mind, allowing yourself to suck, allowing yourself to look silly, is important. You're never going to do anything good if you can't start as an amateur, start as a beginner, and allow yourself to like develop from there. So yeah, I think it's important to be willing to look silly, and then you might continue to look silly, or it might turn into something that's more refined. Who knows? But you'll never know if you don't start somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So if you have an idea, even if it's like totally absurd, do it. See where it takes you.
Yeah. That's a great answer.
That is a great answer.
I also want to shout out Them Goods for
shut down the podcast right there.
$100 super chat. Wow.
Cheers.
Yeah, support the supporters right there. That was it.
Yeah,
supporters supporting supporters supporting the supporters right there.
Yeah, just to keep
we out here. We're representing, we're supporting. I just want to let everyone know that all the contributions will go directly to the production of future videos. Currently, we're working very hard on MB8, and that shit will be free on YouTube for everyone to enjoy. Okay, so things like coffee, gas, camera equipment, tapes. We still use tapes. How weird is that? We film on like cassette tapes. It's not digital, okay? So we need to pay for tapes. Skate equipment, wheels, bearings, clothing. I might purchase some pants, yes, with the money. Maybe some nice shirts, wardrobe accessories, things like maybe some bracelets.
Yeah, skating's not just the skates in the wardrobe too.
Power bars,
outfit design,
Red Bulls.
You gotta floss. You gotta look good.
Steak?
Rollerblading is all about looking good. Steak.
Yeah, you gotta have some steak.
You gotta have protein. Okay, a lot of eggs. Okay. These things cost money, people.
So that's perfect. This is what all this stuff is going towards right now. Everyone seems to be very supportive also.
Exactly.
I also want to shout out one more super chat.
Yeah,
Ruben
go for it.
Mia Herrera.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do too.
Hasidic rollerblader from West Orange. So shout out to everyone supporting. We still got some coming in.
Hey, what's up, Ruben? Thanks for the support.
There's been a deposit for the MB8. Yep. So thank you everyone for your support. And let's see. Do we have a question?
Look for a question. I'm gonna get this other super chatters in there too. Topher. Hold on a second. Let me just do this. Hey, Topher Klimek, another super chat. Can't wait to see what's next. You already did the Them Goods one. I can't read this name. It's some Asian lettering of some sort. It says I love Canada. Hashtag pay for the pros and smash the like. Todd. Okay, well, there's a question here. So we'll do this one, then Bill, we'll go to yours.
Yeah, that's kind of the question I was going to go with.
So yeah, go for it.
It's we got to figure this out. We're 72 episodes in, Austin. We're still trying to figure this out.
We are.
I love it. Todd, if Solomon made skates again, would you buy a pair?
Oh, that's a tough question. No, I wouldn't. If you mean if they came back all of a sudden?
Yeah.
First off, because Solomon is not Solomon anymore. Solomon exists, but like they got bought out. Like their shit is not as high quality as it used to be.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Solomon isn't Solomon, but like, yeah, if Solomon came back and they made the skate,
You have a pair of Solomons now,
so,
don't you?
I do. Yeah, I do. And, but I'm so into my thems right now that really like, I don't think Solomons are that much better. I think thems with intuition liners, like, come on, man. Can't fuck with that.
I like that
Pretty
you
good.
mentioned that. And John also mentioned it yesterday too. And I wanted to say something, but we got like sidetracked. But when people ask me what I think about like thems, I compare them to Solomons a lot because when you break them in, they feel like the closest thing that I have felt to I'm not going to say specifically Solomons, but a Solomon type of skate because the groove and the sole plate are so close to the boot, but it still is a sole plate. So it does slide faster than the regular shells used to on like Dirks or Solomons or something like that. But you just pretty much kind of made the reference of a Solomon, and now you feel the them so much that you don't even want to skate the Solomons anymore. So it's pretty similar, kind of what John was saying yesterday, also too, about Solomons being one of his favorite, but he also likes thems a lot too. And that's cool that other people are making that relation too, because that's how I always felt about the thems.
Yeah, I think because I did actually skate my Solomons with an intuition liner.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they feel honestly the thems they feel better, way better than my Solomons,
mm-hmm.
which is quite
That's
an accomplishment.
Yeah, it is.
That's quite a shout out for thems. And I'm not just saying that because they just donated $100. It is the truth. Yeah, they're broken in, and I can honestly say they're one of my favorite pairs of skates that I've ever skated. Like they are so comfortable. They flex so perfectly. 100%. They're like my favorite skate in a long time. So
yeah, that's rad.
No,
shout out.
No, I wouldn't buy Solomons.
I'm
over that shit. Yeah. See, I saw. Okay, what happened was Program came out, and there was that section with Nemo skating the Solomons.
Mm-hmm.
And he made them look dope, and I was like, "Damn, I got to get back on my Solomons because I grew up skating Solomons." So blame Andrew Nemirovsky for that whole thing. Shout out Nemo.
Do you have a question lined up, Bill?
Yes. Matthew Rice says, "Can you talk about that forward 7 over the fence? Whenever people badmouth mushroom blading, I send them that clip because it's insane and was so laced."
Yeah, man. Oh, beautiful, beautiful day. I was filming Imagine Blade Shun with Dustin, and we were skating a lot in Vancouver. And I had seen that gap is just incredible. The launch is perfect. The landing is like ideal. And I thought in my head, like, yeah, I could probably 540 it. And I called up Dustin and I said, meet me at this park early in the morning. It was like 7 or 8. And I had it in my head that I was going to 540 this park. And I was watching Kill Bill the night before, Kill Bill Volume 1. And I was sitting there and my feet were sweating. And I was just visualizing 540ing this gap. And for some reason, I was just extremely confident that I was going to lace it first try. And we went there and I straight gapped it first. And it felt incredible. Like, it's huge. It's very scary, but the landing is like no impact. It was like I felt like I was doing skiing gap because it was such a nice downhill landing. And I straight gapped it. I was like, that is incredible. It was huge. Like, I felt like I was in the air forever, but then I just like coasted into this perfect landing. And then I 540'd it. I laced the 5. And then I hadn't planned on it. And I was just like, dude, I think I could 7 this. And I fucking 7'd it first try.
First
man,
try?
it was just, yeah.
First try.
It was like straight gap, 540, 720. First try, all 3 of those tricks. It was just like Blade God was on my side. It was just perfection.
What video is this in?
A fellow Canadian
Imagine Blade Shun.
Imagine Blade Shun.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta watch that after this because I want to know what you're talking about. I can't think of the trick right now.
Yeah, it's a good video by Dustin. It was me, Dustin, Leon Basson, Matt Ledoux. Really cool video. Yeah.
Nice. That's a lot of good people too. Cover the whole spectrum of Canada right there.
Yeah, heavy hitters.
Yeah, definitely heavy hitters. Hit It Wet asks, Todd, do you have any interest in traveling to a major skate event? BPSO, Blade Cup, Winter Clash, for example?
Dude, it's funny because at the beginning of the year, I was having a conversation with my wife and we're like, yeah, let's go to some events this year. Let's do it. We're doing it. We're 100% doing it. I was going to go to Edmonton, and they have an event called Shredmonton, which is a qualifier for Blading Cup. And I was like, fuck, I'm going to fly to Edmonton. I'm going to qualify. And then we're going to Santa Ana, California. I'm going to skate in Blading Cup this year. We're doing it 2020. And then global pandemic.
Damn. So 2020 was supposed to be the year.
It was supposed to be my year.
Were you not doing that because of the family and shit, I guess?
You mean previously?
Yeah, the last couple of years, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a busy man. Okay, like for me to like travel, that's crazy. You know, I got the family, I got the full-time job, and like I feel like I'm so fulfilled in skating just from here. I feel like I can do so much just in my little town in Canada that like traveling for me doesn't feel super necessary. It would be a luxury, you know, it'd be fun. It would be fun to go see people and hang out, but it doesn't feel like I need to do it. Like, I feel like my role in skating is to like represent the kids in the little small towns that don't have access to like, I don't know, they're not in a big city. They don't have a lot of people to skate with. They don't have amazing spots, but they have potential just like I do, you know. It's almost like how I like to think of our role in skating is to inspire those people. So traveling is like, it would be fun. I'd love to do it, but it's not like my calling, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
like to skate my shitty spots.
I like that.
Town.
You just want to skate on your lunch breaks. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I like that you consciously like take on that role and like do that consciously. That's really cool.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of questions here, so we're going to try to get to as many of these as we can. Mike Torres asked, I think we went through this, Mike. He asked about what's it like to see the mushroom style of skating enter the bigger thing. So I think we kind of went through that. So we have a few
sure.
Get to the next, but
Way to pay attention, Torres.
My forbearance said, "What's up with Mason? Can you tell us about him and how you got to know him? How his skating affected you and Joey both? And where is he now? I love his skating." That's from My Forbearance.
Yeah, Mason was incredible. If you watch some of our older videos, Cirque du Soleil, he was the ninja guy. He had the ninja section in Cirque du Soleil. Better Than Baseball, he had a lot of footage. When we were filming Mushroom Blading 1, we invited him out skating like a lot. He was not into like the idea for the video. He oftentimes like we'd be like, come out to this spot, come skate with us, and he would go to a different spot and skate somewhere else. So like, yeah, Mason. Yeah, I'm not really homies with Mason anymore. I used to live with him and stuff. We used to be tight, really tight. I loved skating with him. He was so talented, man. So talented. But he, yeah, I'm not the only one. A lot of people like don't want Mason around. But I hope hope him the best. I wish him the best.
We could just segue to another one and wish him the best on that.
Respect that answer.
Mason, I love you. I hope you're doing well.
This is a good one from Miguel. He said, Miguel Ramos says, "Todd, your skating rules. Thank you for the joy."
Miguel, thank you.
Thanks for not caring about the opinions of the haters. What do you think of how diverse skating styles and approaches are these days?
Man, it's exciting. I love seeing all the directions that skating is being taken. It's beautiful. It's what I always envisioned. There's a scene in Mushroom Blading 1 at the end, like me and Joey went out skating, but it was too cold to skate. So we just went and had beers and we recorded it. And I was saying, I can't wait till I'm like 40 and people are just doing the weirdest shit. And that's exactly what's happening is people are, you know, doing incredible things on big wheels, incredible things on aggressive skates, on all sorts of different objects. It's good to see. And I'm excited to watch it continue to expand.
I could
Yeah.
agree with that too. I can't
It's a
look
great
forward to see
answer.
all the different avenues of skating come to life in the future.
Yeah.
Exciting time.
Yeah, we have. Damn, I just had a question and I lost. Oh yeah, this is a funny one. Um, Matthew Rice also asked, "Was Rawlinson right? Can you only skate as good as you look? Also, can we get more ninjas sprinting through field cutaways and mushroom blading 8? Was Rawlinson right? What do you think?"
Rawlinson was right. Yeah, definitely. You can only skate as good as you look. It's true. Rollerblading is all about looking good. You got to have the right pants. You got to have the
have a
right
gold
tan.
chunky chain.
You got to have the chain. You got to have a nice pair
Clean
of skates,
socks.
clean socks. You know, definitely. Rawlinson was right. For mushroom blading 8, there won't be any ninjas running through fields. I'm sorry. But there'll be new surprises. I promise. You won't be disappointed.
Awesome. Brando Zando says, you were saying part of your process is throwing paint at the wall. How often do you get an idea for a trick or a line that seems cool in your head, and then you try it and it is just not working or just not worth filming?
All the time. All the time. I have like notebooks of trick ideas, and it's funny when you're off your skates, things seem so easy. Like when I always have ideas like, yeah, I could do that. I could do this thing. And then it's like I put my skates on. I'm like, whoa, that is really, really ambitious. I don't think.
I hate that feeling.
I don't think, and it happens to me all the time.
Same with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely relate to that. It's kind of like a shot of your ego when that happens every time.
Oh yeah. The problem is people make skating look way too easy. Like I watch skating, I'm like, yeah, I could do that. I could do that. Like, I don't know. Yeah, people make it look so easy, and then you try these things and it's not that easy.
That is the problem with skating.
Yeah.
We should do like one or two more, Austin. What do you think?
Yeah, that works for me.
I got one lined up right here from Mike McFly. He said, "What's the biggest / craziest trick you have ever done?"
I think I 180'd this double set in Vancouver, the GM double set, and there were a number of Vancouver skaters that had tried it, but nobody had landed it, and I landed that.
Mm-hmm.
I was the first one to land that gap. So that one was pretty legendary just because a lot of people tried it, and it was like this untouchable set in Vancouver. So landing it, and I actually did it in murder blocks. When I landed, like I felt my murder blocks like scrape against the brick landing. But somehow I landed it. It's the first trick in Okay Buddy, Fuck Whatever, No Seriously Though, How to Be Unpopular. And yeah, that was pretty incredible.
You did the biggest gap in Vancouver with murder blocks.
Yeah, dude.
Probably like 55 on the outside and shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Worn to shit. Yeah. But
what's the name of it called? Okay Buddy, what?
The full name was called Okay Buddy, Fuck Whatever, No Seriously Though, How to Be Unpopular. The shortened version, I think, was Okay Buddy. That was like our kind of teenage video with a lot of partying, a lot of drinking and antics. You know, it was that kind of video.
Every time you name a video, it's always like something ridiculous. Just gives a little insight to what to expect.
Yeah, I think that's a Canadian thing. Like you look at Danny Beer's videos and it's like calls from the bank.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't make sense at first.
It's like, what is that?
Be quick before we sign off. Aaron Schultz, we got a super chat from good old Aaron Schultz. Says, hope to see a lot of y'all at What Year Is That at Schmitty's Ramping Camp this weekend. # White Rabbit Skate Team. Thanks for the super chat, Aaron. Unfortunately, we won't be there, but have fun, represent for us, and
represent,
enjoy.
support.
Be safe.
Yeah. Socially distance.
Yeah, everyone's got to be 6 feet from each other.
Speak dryly. Yep. Don't spit when you speak. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Todd, thank you for joining the podcast. If you have any imparting words, you said so many really cool, in-depth, the things to think about. And I like your confidence. I like your energy in this direction. And obviously your commitment to everything for so long. But do you have any imparting words for people who may be watching or members of the community?
Okay. Brian Shima. Seriously.
Moment of silence. That was so rad.
just
Hell
this
yeah.
is Brian Shima.
Straight up dust ladder and Brian Shima. Hit him with it.
Todd, you're the man. Thank you so much for coming
You're
on.
the
This is
man.
awesome.
Thank you so much.
Love you guys.
I hope to skate together soon one day. Maybe
Hell yeah, that would
maybe
be
when,
fun.
when the borders open up and shit, we could.
I was honestly thinking about coming to Boshi Pope. I swear to God, that was on the list. I'm going to Boshi Pope
next year.
Next year, I want to come to New York so bad.
Next year, we'll get you a hood pass. We'll bring you to 181st, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, Todd.
Thanks, Todd. Thanks
guys.
everyone for watching. We'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.
Peace.